Just because it's not Pride anymore doesn't mean you should stop supporting queer people.
Hi, we're queer.
And we're the Nobodies, and you're listening to the Nobodies Monthly Podcast, where we talk about pressing issues that are no longer pressing because they're a month old.
That sounds like our thing, huh?
I'm here too.
Accident Report, also one of the Nobodies. Accident Report does the most important job of compiling the topics because Bearica and I don't keep current.
He's also, I mean, the thing is, he's become a somebody within all this nobody nonsense.
You have too, both of you.
Well, you can't.
Oh, don't get sad about it. I still can be self-deprecating.
Okay.
I'm somebody to a few people in Kansas. No, I'm just kidding. There's more than that.
I sorry, that last noise threw me off. Anyway, the point is that I don't watch enough wrestling to know what's happening, but Accident Report is going to tell us, and we're going to react.
So I just learned this today. Tony Khan, who's like the big investor in AEW, possibly without anyone else kind of weighing in, had decreed that there will be no intergender wrestling in AEW.
What?
Wait,
He probably also thinks Kathy Ireland shouldn't have been in that football movie.
I don't know what that means.
That is a deep cut, girl.
Unnecessary roughness. With Sinbad and Kathy Ireland.
Well, no one thinks that movie should have gotten made.
Is that about like a woman who plays football?
Yeah. She becomes a professional football player because she knows how to kick because she has long model legs.
That sounds...
And it's Kathy fucking Ireland.
I don't know who Kathy Ireland is.
What?
So she is a former... She's like a 90s supermodel.
Like same generation of like Cindy Crawford and like before Naomi Campbell with Christy Turlington and like those girls.
She's like a notably like broad, all-American, fresh face and a complete lack of acting ability that did not stop her from getting acting roles.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
She's fun.
I don't know how that's relevant to what we're doing right now.
She also has like a homewares line. You can sleep in Kathy Ireland. Also clothes. Our friend Tom Blunt has a velour Kathy Ireland overalls.
What?
Yeah, she partnered with like Kmart back in the day before anybody else was doing that.
Kmart shoppers want velour overalls?
Yeah, in the early 90s they do, and now.
I want velour anything.
If Kathy Ireland came back and did the same line of clothing she did in the 90s and released it right now, it would blow up.
That's probably true.
Except that the name recognition clearly wouldn't be there. No one would be like, oh, Kathy Ireland's doing it. They'd be like, who?
Yeah, but if you explain to the children she was a model in the late 90s, they'll be on it because anything you say about the late 90s to children, they're just in.
They do like that.
They do love it.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Wrestling.
Oh, no intergender wrestling in AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously I have a problem with that.
I mean, do we even need to talk about why we have a problem with that?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Well, first,
it's our job.
So, for starters, storytelling limitations, and then continuing on to the fact that because men's wrestling is generally prioritized as the default, it gives fewer opportunities for women wrestlers. Also, there's more than two genders, and so this immediately cuts out a lot of people who are looking to wrestle but don't necessarily fit into either bucket.
Well, that was a succinct summary.
I think you got it all.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say.
So, like, just let everyone wrestle whoever they feel like wrestling. End of list.
It's crazy, too, because last night at the Rise show that I watched, that we are going to be discussing in more detail in a different format in the near future, that Rise is mostly like a women's federation. Mm-hmm. And last night they declared that they are no longer exclusively a women's federation because gender isn't real like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, last night they had like Jamie wrestling in like a 5-way with men and women. Yeah. It was wonderful. Everyone was so wonderful on it. And like, it just shows that like, also the idea of basically like the whole goal with Rise they were explaining last night is going to be like featuring people who would not otherwise be featured, which is very nobodies.
Very nobodies.
So it'll basically just become like a women and queers league, which like
love it.
Dope. Like dope. I'm into that. And probably a few like weirdo straights, which like also love that.
Yeah, no, sure. Get all the weirdos in there. I'm about it.
Weirdos.
Yeah. And they had Mercedes Martinez be the one to announce it, and she was just like, you'll see, but she was just like she's like a tough not as young lady who was just screaming like, this motherfucker's gonna be for everyone, and it was like terrifying and empowering at the same time.
I did watch the beginning of, because I am contractually obligated to watch all DJ Summer's content. So I did watch. He's in the first match.
Oh yeah.
So I watched the beginning, and then texted him.
Just to know you were under contract for that.
It's a sad contract with myself because I'm a sad person.
Oh no, I didn't mean to laugh that hard at that.
Oh no, you should. I'm laughing at it.
Just.
You had to force that laugh.
That was a forced laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
well, yeah.
Sorry, I'm still in full face, so I have to speak like an idiot. It's part of my job. I'm literally in a full face of makeup.
Does
right
my
now.
voice change when I have makeup on?
A little bit.
Someone commented on one of my videos. They were like, "Can you teach us how to do how do you modulate your voice for drag?" And I was like, "That's just how I talk."
I'm just a faggot.
Yeah, I do think that when I'm in the full
Step 1, be a faggot.
Yeah.
Step 2, talk like a faggot.
I think that I have a presentational speaking voice, especially when I'm on camera.
For sure.
I think I know that I'm on camera, so I'm like, "Hi, I'm talking for the camera."
Is your camera voice similar to your phone voice?
No, because my camera voice is, I think, trying to be more annoying, and my phone voice is trying to be less annoying.
What's your phone voice?
What's your phone voice?
Let me think. I'm trying to think.
Ring, 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 ring.
PDI, this is Chris.
Oh, still faggot though.
Yeah, but it's
very okay.
Office
So
faggot.
if you
Customer
were in
service
"Don't
woman.
Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead," the remake, you would be the faggot in the office at the front desk. That's
yeah.
How
can I direct your call?
Rose.
Oh, very soft. She's soft.
It's a soft I got a lot of ma'am on the phone because it's passably a middle-aged woman who's just wants to help you.
Sharon.
It's not drag.
It's a phone drag. I do phone drag.
Phone drag. That's good.
Oh my God! Can we start a hotline?
Phone drag.
1-800-NOBODIES. That's 7 letters.
Oh my God! Your
8.
eyes just went wide.
It's fully 8. But
is it?
Yep. It's Nobo Dies. NOBODIES.
She's right.
Nobo dies.
Who's Nobo?
I didn't realize we had dies in our name.
That's nice. I like that.
I like that too.
Everyone, we're learning so much about ourselves, but we're not sticking to the subject.
Did you know that nobody's actually stands for nobody's dying? I'm just kidding.
That was a reach.
That was a reach.
I'm glad you went for it.
Thank you.
We never succeed if we don't.
You
try.
never grab the things you don't reach for.
There you go.
I wish I had a coffee before.
How do you
this.
expect to reach for the things you don't grab for?
Lady Bearica Andrews speaks exclusively in motivational posters that were dredged out of a swamp.
I should have an Oprah type talk show.
Yeah. I would watch it.
Okay. It'd be better than RuPaul's show, probably.
I have not watched it.
I haven't watched it either, but I am assuming it's really terrible.
I bet she talks about Eckhart Tolle bullshit a lot.
I think she probably gets very secret with it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Eckhart
Honestly,
Tolle is the self-help person that she worships.
Oh, great. Honestly, I think that RuPaul's show might be very similar to what you would do because you both love some inner saboteur woo-woo shit.
Well, the thing about woo-woo shit, and I'm going to get serious about this right now, is that, and why I don't subscribe to it as much as I used to, is because it's very exclusive of queerness, because it's don't cry about your problems because everybody has problems, except for queer problems are a lot different than, everybody does have problems, but it excludes the narrative of being queer in the way that you're treated as a queer person. And women too, actually.
It's literally dismissive of any problem because it makes everything your fault and pretends that there are not societal and structural and institutional reasons why your life wouldn't be good other than, you didn't use your brain correctly.
Yeah.
People who are
I think we
starving
can all
and
use our
homeless-
brains better, but
Sure.
By the secreting.
But you're not homeless because you didn't think about having a bed hard enough.
One of our fans Venmo'd me money, and she was like, "Thank you for teaching me about The Secret."
Oh no!
One of your fans learned something from you?
Yeah.
What? I want to know what that fan learned.
The Secret.
Just how to be just more weird and secretive.
That's not
about
what
it.
The Secret is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
In this situation, it's funny that I'm weird in queer situations because of The Secret.
Is that funny?
I don't know. Did you know that the makeup artist from Hedwig is working on The Secret movie? I think I've already mentioned this.
What is the
With
secret
Katie
movie
Holmes.
going to be? Oh, the Katie Holmes.
It's a
one.
narrative one. It's
I'll
like-
watch it with you.
Oh.
Can we do Nobody's Watching The Secret? Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Oh my
This is
god.
my
gonna be really
contact,
bad.
y'all. This is my contact.
Everyone,
I need a screener. I don't want to pay for that.
this is fully just a secret podcast now.
I bet Ashley would do it with us, and she could probably get us a screener.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic.
Wrestling. Oh yeah,
so-
we're talking about
wait.
wrestling.
Intergender wrestling specifically. So AEW's not doing it.
Yet.
Yeah,
They might change.
They might change their mind. He like it sounds like Tony Khan probably from the tweet I read about it, which is literally how I get my news because I'm a piece of shit. It seemed like he kind of was just like speaking off the cuff, and that might not be like a real official decision.
Got it.
I'd like to just let you know that you're not a piece of shit. You're a whole dump.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's another motivational poster dredged from a swamp right there.
don't
You're a piece of
sell
shit.
yourself short.
You're the whole dump.
You're a whole dump.
Okay, so AEW's not doing it. Rise is like doing it to the 10th degree. I read that Ring of Honor had like signed Maria Manic potentially to their men's division.
No.
Someone told me it was to their men's division. That was not what I read in other sources, but my sources told me she was signed to the men's division.
I love Maria Manic. She's my mom.
The fucking best.
So cool. The coolest person who's ever lived.
So the scariest person.
Those two things go hand in hand for me.
That's true.
And then on Impact, they are booking Tessa Blanchard in a intergender feud with Sami Callihan.
I don't
Great.
know either of those people.
Tessa Blanchard
We've watched her.
was in the Mae Young Classic. She's a real muscly lady. Hold on, I'll pull up.
She
a
was
picture.
also in like a. She was in like a multi. When in the same. She was in the same match with. Was she in the match with the Smiley
dentist
girl?
and the Smiley girl.
She was not.
I'm thinking of. Oh no, the doctor was.
That's Britt Baker.
But she was. Britt Baker was in a different match with
Tessa Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard
We
that we
watched them in a
watched.
4-way.
We did.
That's
yes.
when we watched.
I don't remember that, but you could be right.
I'm
Sometimes
for
we
sure
are right about things.
She definitely was.
She's this tough lady.
Oh, she looks like a tough
She
lady.
walked in with her dad.
Yes, that's right. It must have been All In. It might have been All
might have
In.
been All In. That
I
was
think
it.
it was All In. Yes,
Yeah,
you're
and
right.
it was also with what's her face who has multiple personalities.
Yes, Chelsea Green was there.
Chelsea
Yep.
Green.
Yeah, she was the tough girl in that 4-way.
I love that all four of those girls are like
Blowing
coming
up. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, she's about to fight. When I saw her at Impact, Sami Callihan called her out, and it was kind of like a generic like, "Oh, women think they could do whatever men could do," and I was like, "This is kind of lame." And then she got out there and just like punched him in the head a bunch, and I was like, "Well, this is fine." So now it seems like they're gonna have like an ongoing feud potentially.
I hope her intro music is like a gay remix of Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. What is that? Anything?
I have a gay ballroom remix of that.
Do not.
Yeah, I do.
Send it to her.
I honestly, the thing that I don't like about intergender wrestling is when they make it about, well, the women can be just as good as the men.
I know it. Like you don't
Like,
have to have
It's
that.
still very gendered.
Like,
Yeah.
When it is intergender.
Like, it just needs to be like, these are two wrestlers, and maybe they have different styles, or maybe they have different strengths, but like, if you make it about the gender, then it still sort of defeats the purpose.
like
Because
just book them in a match.
yeah, it just becomes really reductive, and like the announce table feels really like compelled to comment on gender in a lot
Which
of
like
ways.
most announcers are really bad.
Like don't talk about it because you're just gonna make it worse.
So Chikara has a thing where like most of their matches are intergender and that like women fight men and there have been women heavyweight champions and blah 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 blah, blah. But they kind of like don't do any spots where gender plays a role at all. So if a woman's fighting a man, there's no spot of her like being flirtatious. Like that's just not in their story.
Yeah.
And I think there is a way to have intergender matches that sometimes plays on that dynamic and then other times doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it, like, has to be, like, it's almost like everyone's thinking about this too hard.
Yeah.
Like, just like, how would your character win a fight? That's
Yeah.
all it should be.
It's obvious that everybody's thinking about it too hard if like the money behind AEW has to tweet about it.
I don't think it was their tweet. I don't think
Oh.
they tweeted about it. I think he said it in some interview, and then I read a tweet about it.
Well, I'm just looking out the window longingly.
I mean, and I understand that like people have legitimate concerns about portraying large men beating up women, especially in sports, as that's just like often a problem. And I am not suggesting that we shouldn't think critically about portrayals of men beating women, but I think this is this is just a different thing than that.
But there's also like with the Tessa Blanchard stuff that they're doing now, like Sammy Callahan, who she's feuding with, like he has like a whole stable, and so they like kind of like when it seemed clear he couldn't beat her on his own, he like called in his cronies and they like kind of beat her up in the round. And on the one hand, it's like, wow, that's really violent, and like there are overt violences towards this. And then on the other hand, like my exploitation horror part of me is like, that's how you build a character, you know? Like then she has to overcome those odds and win, and like that's cool. And stories like that's what's interesting about that.
If Sidney Prescott's mom didn't die, Sidney Prescott wouldn't be Sidney Prescott.
I guess that's also like a trope that is it's a really common trope that women have to overcome from having like a violence against them and like an emotional like, breakdown.
Yeah.
But that's a thing. Like men get to be strong without that, except Batman.
Right.
Unless you're Batman, you can just be strong without being like, oh, I had to overcome a really hard thing. Whereas like, every female character is like, she's strong because she was beaten down and weakened.
Unless it's still Magnolias. The whole thing about that movie is that they were already strong women, and the men weren't strong.
See,
there's a line in that movie where they're like, I thought men were supposed to be made of steel.
Well, I guess that's the new wrestling stable. Sally Field, Olympia Dukakis.
Let's fucking do it.
Steel Magnolias is a really good name for a wrestling stable.
Actually, yeah.
The Steel Magnolias.
And just Southern Bells.
Fuck the Four Horsemen or Horsewomen.
Yeah.
Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, that rules.
All right, well, we solved intergender wrestling. You're welcome.
It's just not that hard, everyone.
Because then somebody just gets to cosplay Daryl Hannah's career.
Every Daryl Hannah character would be an amazing wrestler.
Yeah. Even her nerdy character in Steel Magnolias.
I mean, obviously, her character in Kill Bill.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the best characters
She'd like,
of all
let
time.
me show you how to use the medical profession in wrestling.
Yeah. That's what Britt Baker should be wearing, is that outfit.
Fuck. Yes. She
Obviously.
should go real like gothic with it.
Okay. The next topic that people wanted us to talk about, I feel like there's not much to say about it. The ratings of WWE are just like down in the dumps right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's particularly concerning because they are planning on switching over from USA Network to Fox, and Fox is a way bigger deal. And so Fox is like, you got to solve some shit before you come over to us. Like, so Vince is desperately trying all kinds of things, and his latest thing this past week was that there is no longer going to be fighting on the commercials, which in theory you're like, wow, okay, that makes sense. But in practice, how do you do that on a show?
I was just going to ask, like, so when there's a commercial break, that everyone watching live will just watch the fighters stop and stand there?
Literally, yes. They've been doing more 2 out of 3 falls matches so that they can end a match, go to commercial, and then start back up. But that literally means a full 4 minutes of them standing there.
I understand that it's like a televised product and that that's where they make their money. And so I get it. Like, you have to pander to the TV audience, especially when you're switching a network and you're like, I want to show this network that I will bend over backwards for them. But like, I don't know. Also, I feel like the fighting during the commercials is maybe not the thing that I'm most annoyed about with WWE. Like,
out of all of the problems, that's just wasn't high on my list.
I literally thought about this when I was a kid and would watch like football with my family. I'd be like, what happens during commercial breaks? Do they stop or do they keep going?
Well, normally
I figured it out, obviously, but
what they were doing in WWE was they would do like some slow like submissions that like were basically like, oh, like I got you in a headlock and now it's commercial and I'm struggling a little, but now they're just like fully stopping it.
Cut. action.
I don't know. I guess I just don't feel like I don't see what that fixes. I just literally don't.
It's not fixing why the ratings are going down.
No, it's just like in preparation. But there's also like the whole question of like when they go to Fox, like, will Fox want them to be more of a sport? Like right now, if you watch a Raw or a SmackDown, it's closer to like a variety show where like there's like a weird game show in the middle or like some dumb segment. And like other people think that when they go to Fox, it'll have to be presented more like a real sport.
What if they
like,
start doing like halftime shows?
I mean, they really could just have like a band. Like, why not? Like, there's other things that they could do that they're just not really doing.
Poppy comes out.
She would be great.
She'd be great.
I'm not going to support Poppy. Get out of here.
Oh, right. You hate Poppy.
You hate
I don't
Poppy?
care for Poppy.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why. You got it.
I could be the next Poppy. What if somebody contacted me and like, we want to make you a star? You just have to do what we say. I'd do it.
My experience with that is that you're not always great at following direction.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's all I had to do, though?
I feel like being Poppy is more than that.
It's not much more than that.
Well, if I had a makeup artist and a wig artist, I wouldn't have to do anything but just be a goofy bastard and go, oh, yeah. Hey. Oh.
I bet you she does a million takes of that shit.
Oh. I wouldn't have to do a million takes. Oh.
I'm sorry, what are we talking about that's not Poppy?
Just like how bad WWE ratings are.
Yeah, we can go on.
Yeah,
I mean, they're obviously don't know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, the real issue is, of course, how they are booking their wrestlers and how the product itself is not entertaining. It's what's happening between the commercial breaks that is the issue. Everything on the air already needs to be fixed.
We talked about the wild card a little bit, like that bullshit, which is also was one of the notes that Fox gave to WWE of like, you have these two separate shows, like we want all of your stars. So then they invented a new rule.
Oh my God.
And it's like, no one can keep track of these fucking different shows anyway.
Hold on, I just realized that Vince McMahon thinks that the problem is that he has so much interesting shit happening during those commercial breaks that he has to show it or people won't watch.
Sort of.
That's his main thesis. He's like, oh, no one's watching because these commercial break submission holds are so crucial.
Yeah.
Vince.
Fun thing. This is one of our topics. One fun thing that they are doing on Raw and SmackDown, maybe both or one of them. There's no difference anymore, as we just said. The weird creepy puppets from the Firefly Funhouse show are just weirdly in the backgrounds of like different scenes.
No.
And other people started like finding them in like the backgrounds of like wrestlers cutting their promos and stuff.
Shh. I could have that job too.
Being a puppet?
Just being
a puppet in the background. Bearica, you can't see it because this isn't a video, but Bearica just posed still as if she were in the background of something.
So Bearica's...
Most of my life has been like E.T. hiding in the closet. So
your
I've had a lot of practice.
Your dream job is featured extra for the WWE? Again, posing doesn't work on the audio thing. You have to talk.
I love posing and doing things.
No,
on
I know,
audio.
but they can't see it.
Imagine, though, what I would look like. Draw it, maybe.
In drag?
Yeah, this is just one of my dreams. It's just a new dream. You know I have new dreams every day.
Okay, so watch for Bearica she hasn't been contacted by WWE, but like watch for her in the background.
What
of
if
the
I
video.
just started like on our videos, just being behind the couch?
You did that once.
I did that once, but out of drag. But this would be in drag, and I'd just be standing there.
So,
and when I had something to say, I'd say it, but like I'd say it from the wall. What if I dressed as the wall?
That's fun.
I mean, you do you. You have a week to think about this.
There's
for
no
filming.
limitations to your drag.
I love. Sometimes I'll look for a Ariel, and it's definitely like one of those things where it's like, I want you to agree with me and that this is the right thing to do, knowing that it's never going to happen. And that was one of those moments.
You do your girl.
I taught it. Remember when I taught Ariel that new strategy of just saying yes to you?
Yeah.
It
Drag
works really well.
Drag is for everyone,
Yeah.
including me.
Okay, those are all great ideas.
We can talk about. Okay, so one of the other decisions at WWE, Vince named Paul Heyman your favorite person in the world.
Oh, right.
And Eric Bischoff, who was former president of WCW and for a while Raw manager, as the new directors of Raw and SmackDown. Heyman's going to Raw, Bischoff's going to SmackDown.
Too bad Ryan Seacrest isn't on Fox anymore, because they could have just gotten him.
I hate him.
I know.
What?
That would have been a very...
America doesn't, though.
They love him.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My mom loves him, and I was like, why do you love him? And
I
she's
missed
like,
that Dinglehoffer guy that was on season 1.
Who?
There was a co-host. There were 2 hosts of American Idol on the first season. Anyway, Ryan Seacrest would probably be a great fit for WWE.
He's kind of just cheesy and generic and probably Republican enough for it.
Yeah. I would also love to see him accidentally get backflipped or something.
It would happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would he agree to that?
Yeah, anything for entertainment. I'm Ryan
Except
Seacrest.
actually having talent.
He does seem like someone who might just take maybe any job.
Do you think we can get him on our show? I don't even want him on our show.
No. Now knowing that they're going to Fox, it's interesting that they had the SNL guys at WrestleMania, because that's NBC.
Oh, huh.
I mean, I don't think they probably knew at the time they were going to Fox.
Yes, they did.
Oh.
Wait. I think Fox and ABC just had a merger of some sort too, though.
Maybe. I don't
Ryan
know.
Seacrest is still a possibility.
This is a very weird fantasy booking you're doing.
I know.
I'm still lost as to what. So what was the topic? So
Paul Heyman is now the director of Raw, I'm 90% sure. Eric Bischoff is now the director of SmackDown, I'm 90% sure.
And
they're the directors of the TV programs.
I was going to say, and these are ceremonial positions in the way that
Well, that's the
Steph
thing.
and-
No one knows.
Okay.
Well, because Eric Bischoff, as former president of an entire wrestling federation that for a while, for over a year, had beaten WWE in the ratings, which is unheard of in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So the fact that you would hire him as only some sort of ceremonial or symbolic role, perhaps he will have some creative control. And Paul Heyman also, maybe. But Meltzer did confirm that Vince is still in charge of everything.
Yeah.
And it's also for me, it's okay, so your ratings are suffering. You can't figure out what's wrong with things. So you hire 2 people who are from a different era, who don't understand what audiences want anymore. If you want to make your program young and fresh and interesting, hire someone young and fresh and interesting instead of an obese blubber Jew. I don't
Whoa.
think that we need more Paul Heyman necessarily.
I mean, I'm never going to say yes to more Paul Heyman.
More Glenn Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
He'd never be able to talk to us again.
I mean,
Definitely not.
I feel like, as with everything with the WWE, this is just a very small baby step because they are incapable of making the kind of real progressive change they would need to become more popular. So, Paul Heyman is slightly younger than Vince McMahon and thus very slightly more in touch, maybe. But, if they hired someone, they're not going to hire us, even though we're full of good ideas, because Vince would just be like, no, that's all terrible.
Which he'll probably do to them anyway.
Also probably true.
It's I think it's some executives sat Vince down and were nostalgia's big right now. Let's find these old relics from the 90s. We were even saying with velour jumpsuits, the kids will love it. But wait, maybe hire someone who has new ideas.
Is that guy that was the wrestler Sting still alive?
Yes.
What's his name? Does he still wrestle?
No, he retired.
Oh, I love him. I loved Sting.
He was cool.
He was really cool.
I think he got badly injured last time he tried to wrestle.
Probably.
Because he's old?
I don't know.
And wrestling's dangerous.
He also did crazy things.
That's true.
Always did crazy things.
Yes.
I just remember him when he was going through his crow phase, just on the top of things.
That did happen a lot.
A lot. I remember things.
Hey, Bearica, do you want to read some Becky Lynch tweets?
Sure.
Sure.
Can I do it from behind the couch?
Yeah, if you want. Does that help?
I'm not moving this couch.
Can I do it from underneath the couch?
You could do it wherever
There's
you want.
shit under the couch. I'm not rearranging my apartment for you, bitch.
The mic cords are long.
Again, this is just audio, Ariel. They don't know that I'm not under something.
I never know when to take you seriously. You have literally tried to climb into that closet before.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, so when you say you're going to go somewhere, I usually believe you.
We have to
Wait,
get
what
quiet
is
now.
Becky Lynch's photo on her Twitter?
I don't know what that is.
It's someone's photoshopped onto her. I
It's
find
Becky's hair with somebody's face, and it's like basically my bearded sister. God, I love Becky Lynch. It's been 5 years since I debuted. 5 years of looking for ways to break through and not asking permission. For those who've supported me, thank you. For the others, it's been fun to watch your heads exploding. And then there's a goat. People feuding on Twitter. What's the world coming to? You can slow count. You can slap him in the face. But if you nut shot him, then expect an ass whooping. The 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup is here. The man will be watching. These are all retweets. Two sides of the same woman, just hours apart. Killer in Hills, killer in the Ring. Thank you to everyone who made our mammoth 6-hour signing the most popular of the whole day and second most popular of the whole con. Aquaman, the man is coming for your crown next time.
Okay, that's enough.
That's enough.
Okay, so that one tweet about people feuding on Twitter, what's the world come to? Yeah. That's one of our topics.
Oh, great.
Seth Rollins, the man's man, got into a Twitter fight with your husband, Will Ospreay.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, they were. One of them called the other little man.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guys.
Will Ospreay was tweeting a lot about little man, but
I think it was little guy.
Oh yeah, because and then tweeting about or not. He was Instagramming everything with little guy or whatever. Because he's apparently like an inch taller than Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So that inch is a big deal to some people. Remember in my Young Bucks thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that 1 inch is a big deal.
It sounds
Size
like
queens.
you're talking about something else.
Size kings. What was I gonna say?
People were like annoyed that they were fighting on Twitter, and I was like, I don't know why they were like, I don't even remember what there was. It was so controversial for some reason. Maybe because they're like, well, definitely because they'll never actually fight because they're just in different companies. So that's silly. But like, why did anyone care?
I mean, that's
wrestlers trash talk on Twitter. That's what they do.
Say, like, what do you expect wrestlers to do? Have you ever followed a wrestler on Twitter?
What do you expect from a sex pig?
I forgot about that.
Oh,
I guess like people got annoyed at Seth Rollins because at one point he was like, well, my bank account's bigger than yours. And everyone's like, that's obnoxious. And I was like, that's what bragging is. Like, what are you like? What?
Yeah, it's trash talking. I have no problem with it. I've seen enough wrestlers on Twitter to know that is 75% of their interactions.
And like sometimes it's a shoot and sometimes it's not. And like that's fun.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Are you saying it because you...
I have to say it out loud to see if I can make it work for me.
You're going to start saying it in your real language. Sometime.
Well, I do say shoot.
No, but like
instead of shit, oh, shoot.
No, not like that.
Yeah, that's how I say it.
No, I know.
This is another case of... Okay, you remember that episode of Doug where everybody started dressing like him for one day and it became a trend? He's like, I've been dressing this way my whole life. Yeah, that's me with yeehaw culture and the shoot shit. I've been saying shoot my whole life.
I think
even though
wrestlers saying shoot predates you.
No.
She just looked at me all coy, like as if I was going to change my mind. Ew. That just made my skin crawl.
Ugh.
No, get out of here.
Everyone.
Are you sure?
Ooh. Ooh.
I'd like to issue an apology for Bearica. I had nothing to do with why.
I just realized I have not imbibed in anything today. This is just straight, unfiltered Bearica.
Maybe we need to start giving you drinks.
Yeah, just to calm her down a little.
Like,
you know, like how they rub whiskey into babies' teeth when they're screaming.
Yeah,
I think that's how this life started.
I don't dispute that.
Um.
Will Ospreay also started selling little guy T-shirts.
Oh,
No.
great.
That's the best.
It was funny.
I love when someone takes an insult and turns it into their merch.
Yeah, it's real cunty.
Will Ospreay.
Like
Can
at
I
the
get a
drag
sex
queen.
pig shirt?
Oh, God. Other places sell that.
That's true.
NastyPig.com.
NastyPig.com.
Can we get them to sponsor us? I don't want to wear any of their stuff, though.
I'd wear some Nasty Pig.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. I'd wear it in and out of the bedroom, on stage, and in bed.
Great.
I probably shouldn't ask if they can sponsor our show and then immediately declare that I would never wear any of
It's
that
not
stuff.
it's not a great pitch.
I'm sure they have like a cute hat you might wear.
It probably just has a dick right on it.
Yeah, just a dick on it. Do you have a dick on my face?
What? She just cracked herself up, and I don't know about what.
From 10 Things I Hate About You, somebody draws a dick on somebody's face. He's like, I got a dick on my face, don't I?
Okay.
What's the
I'm
next
going to do a
topic?
dick on the face look for this next video, I think.
God.
Dick on the face contour. You imagine just like a contoured, but it's a dick.
We're getting demonetized.
So at Fyter Fest, which was the AEW pay-per-view that I haven't watched yet, but
Me neither.
Cody took a chair shot on Darby Allin's head. Darby Allin is a cute little Twinkie goth boy, married, fiancéed to Priscilla Kelly, the one who did the tampon spot.
Great.
They're just a cute little goth couple. Cody did a chair spot and Darby just started bleeding the fuck everywhere.
Oh.
Like real bad.
Oh.
And so now all yesterday everyone was debating whether wrestlers should take chairs to the head. I don't know how this is a debate. No.
It doesn't sound like a good idea.
Wasn't
like-
the way that you take it that you're not actually taking as much pressure?
Yeah, but like things go wrong.
Yeah.
It's just generally not a good
Well, we've already seen things go wrong and people bleed at AEW. That's just their thing.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, I get it. Like, it's just never a good idea to get hit in the head. Like, your head's delicate.
Something they did at the Rise show, which like is now like I'm just going to talk about it forever because I
Sure.
just thought it was filled with good ideas. They did a doors match instead of a tables match. So everyone was getting thrown through doors, and if you got thrown through a door, you're eliminated. Except the doors were like clearly like styrofoam or something. I didn't give a fuck. Who cares? I was happy that they were not dying. Like, I mean, die for your art, obviously.
Doors
but,
are
like,
not for bitches.
No.
Doors are for coming out of.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at that. It's symbolic. But yeah, I think that not every wrestling match needs to be a fucking death match. Like, if you want to watch that, that's out there. But I think there's just as much entertainment to be had in watching someone do something amazing and knowing that they almost definitely won't have like a life-altering injury as a result of it.
I love violence and blood so much. I also like my friend living.
Oh yeah, love that.
And like sometimes now lately, my friends are wrestlers, and that's weird. And so like what I can do to hope that they don't die as fast is encourage them not to take chair shots to the brain.
Yeah. I think that's just correct.
No chair. I'll take one though.
No, please don't. We are just saying how we don't want our friends to do that. That's literally the last sentence that was said.
Can I hit you in the head with a chair?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it at the deathmatch party
Ah!
on July 4th.
I'll start doing some like bullshit pop number and you'll just come take me out with a chair. We gotta cut that out.
No, we're not cutting it out, but it could happen.
I am
Tune
not
in and
watching
see.
that.
You better come on July 4th to our to the show I'm not part of yet.
It's okay. Casanova forgot to put my name on the poster. He's got brain damage from all the chair shots.
All chair shots. Let a drag queen take a chair shot. I at least have a wig to go through.
This is a real thing that I've noticed about our lovely wrestling boyfriends. They all have brain damage and can't remember things. Like, all of them have told me the same story 7 times, and not in the way that drag queens do it because they're narcissists. They literally don't remember.
Yeah, it's getting hit in the head for a living will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop it.
I can't remember because I drink too much. But also I'm a narcissist because I'm a drag queen. There's a lot going on.
You don't tell the same story over and over and over, though.
Don't I? I tell the same jokes over. I have like stage patterns.
I do. I've seen that.
What if I get on mic and request a song from you, the DJ?
And then I just go
Just like-
after you with a chair.
Yeah.
You guys are really going to want to be at Casanova Valentine's July 4th show.
Oh shit.
Yes,
At
but
Our
Our
Wicked Lady.
Yeah, but you guys should stop planning it on the podcast now because you're giving away all your secrets.
Look,
We don't know what's gonna happen.
lots of things happen at deathmatch shows.
I could go through a door. It's also on a roof. Who knows what happens on a roof?
Please don't jump off the roof.
Jesus Christ, I hope no one jumps off the roof.
I might.
What's the next topic?
Oh.
I think... Oh, this is like, speaking of things that are not fun, this is kind of our last topic, and we should end on this, I guess, because it's actually kind of sad. Charlie Morgan, who is considered the first wrestler to ever come out in a wrestling ring.
Mm-hmm.
She is a British wrestler. She announced that she is retiring due to injuries. And it made me really sad, and I don't have anything really to say about it.
How old is she?
Like, really young.
Oh
Like-
man.
Like maybe 27 at most.
What?
Like, I think she's like 24 or something.
Somebody better give her a fucking job at a table.
A table?
Like just commentating.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be cool.
You know, it's. I was thinking about this, not to reference another podcast, but Willem and Alaska have a podcast, and Willem was talking about how she thought about quitting drag a lot. But then she's like, and then I looked at my resume, and it's the same work experience that I had when I was 17.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't like. There's nothing I can do but keep doing drag, and I think about that with wrestlers about how they usually only retire due to literal inability to function anymore because that's your whole job history is like wrestling. So if you don't keep doing that,
Literally
what's next?
dedicated your life to this sport.
Yeah. There was some like old head wrestler who was like, the only advice I have for the young generation is get your degree first. Like, do not just go into this without a degree because there at any moment you could be injured and never be able to come back. So like all of you just get an education.
But like even then, like it does,
Yeah, it still fucks up your whole work situation.
just because you got your BA a while ago.
I mean, what's her name is a dentist.
Britt Baker.
Yeah.
She's fine.
She has a bunch of clientele right in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like
She's good to have backstage.
Yeah.
Well, you think she's gonna like extract the tooth right there?
Maybe.
Probably put it back in.
Cool. Some like archaic
You
shit.
don't put teeth back in.
You could if you tried hard enough.
It's not. No, you get a fake one. No one puts their own teeth back in. That's not how that works. No, I'm not reacting to this. Bearica's trying to terrorize me, and it will not work.
Oh.
I'm a stone cold bitch, and I refuse to react.
Oh. Side note, can somebody make me a Bearica logo in the style of the old Oprah logo?
Someone needs to make Bearica some merch.
Oh, it's coming.
We're working
this
on it.
week.
Really?
Yeah.
We have one like pretty much ready to go, and the second one will take like a little bit longer. But we have Bearica t-shirts on the way.
Oh, fucking finally.
Are you ready? Oh.
So watch Terrier Cult for that shit because you could sport some Bearica merch.
Oh, my stomach just rumbled. It made the same sound that I just made with my mouth. It goes, oh.
We're done. Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone.